Hello everyone, welcome to a painting tutorial by Static Grass Creations. My name is Jason, and today I will be continuing on the Kingdom Death Chosen model. This will be part 2 of 2 in this series. In the first segment, I used an airbrush to paint the skin and the wings. This part of the tutorial will use a paintbrush exclusively to finish the model. Leaving off at the smoke from the chalice, I'm now going to finish the glow effect by using Games Workshop's White Scar. The paint is thin and applied to the top of the chalice and the lower portions of the smoke trail. Next, I move on to the detached part of the robe. I use Gehenna's gold to paint the sigil. Biel-Tan Green is applied over top of the gold. A wash of Rekland Fleshshade is applied to the gold. Rhinox Hide is used to shade the gold, in the same way as the bracers. The gold is shaded further using Abaddon Black. Runefang Steel is used as a highlight on the gold. The robe is then base coated using Celestra Grey. Mechanicus Standard Grey is used as a shade for the robes. The robe is highlighted using Fenrisian Grey. As a final highlight, White Scar is thinned slightly and applied. Moving on to the ornaments on the wings, they are painted using the same process as on the sigil. Gehenna's gold as a base coat, Biel-Tan Green wash, and then a Rekland Fleshshade wash. Shaded using Rhinox Hide and then Abaddon Black, and then finally highlighted using Runefang Steel. Moving on to the base, Rakarth Flesh is used as a base coat on the top of the base. I want the cobblestone to be slightly textured, so I'll be using multiple colors to get the effect. I paint various lines on the cobblestone in a random fashion using Evil Sunz Scarlet. These lines are relatively thin and spaced apart. Nuln Oil is liberally applied on top of the base, making sure to fill in all the gaps in the cobblestone. Once the wash is completely dried, Kantor Blue is then applied like the red before it, as thin, varied lines spaced apart but not enough to draw too much attention. To finish off the cobblestone, Agrax Earthshade is applied liberally. Now, onto the pieces being crushed by the Chosen. This will be a crest of Kador. I base coat the pieces in Mephiston Red. Evil Sunz Scarlet is blended as a highlighting layer toward the outer edges of the crest. Wazdakka Red is shaded onto the crest, going inward towards the foot. P3's Sanguine Base is used as a final shade, blending in on the closest areas around the foot. Games Workshop's Troll Slayer Orange is highlighted on the outer edges of the pieces. P3's Heartfire is applied only to the outer corners of the broken crest. Games Workshop's Abaddon Black is used to paint the symbol of Kador. Because the crest is shattered, each of the pieces only has a part of the symbol. I wanted the narrative to be such that the Chosen is crushing the symbol slowly rather than smashing it, so the pieces aren't spun around or missing necessarily. Once the black is completely dry, Mechanicus Standard Grey is used to highlight the symbol. These highlights are only applied to the outer edges and corners of the symbol. Nearing the end, Ushabti Bone is applied to the lip of the base. This is done with multiple layers to ensure a smooth finish. Wazdakka Red is used to paint the design of the facing arcs and the front and back points. I go back and forth using Ushabti Bone and Wazdakka Red, using multiple layers for each for the smooth finish. Finally, I put together the model. I use regular super glue that you can find from P3 and Games Workshop. And there you have it, a Kingdom Death chosen. If you like what you've seen, give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for more.